What's up, traders? Let's have a real talk. Most NASDAQ analysis videos show you a perfect chart after the move has already happened, and that's not helpful. So in this video, I'll be sharing my screens and walking you through how I do my analysis of the NASDAQ with no fancy overlays and no over-explaining. So I'll show you what I look at first, what I know, and what levels I actually care about. So if you've been overcomplicating the NASDAQ, this will save you a ton of time. Let's get right into it. So here are my charts, and I use TradingView for doing my analysis. You could actually use any software that is really good at doing analysis, CTrader, whatever, but the process is usually the same. And for context, I'm a swing trader. I actually swing and day trade sometime. So my analysis involves top-down analysis where you try to analyze from the higher time frames, which are the monthly, the weekly, and the daily, then take your trade somewhere around the 4 hours. So I don't go below the 4 hours. Most trade end up on the daily and the 4 hours. Here is a cream chart of NASDAQ. For those who don't know, NASDAQ it's an index, it's a correction of stocks. And most of the time, we are always in an uptrend with the NASDAQ. So unless, I don't know what happens, but most of the time you're going high. So it's an uptrend. And I use moving averages to confirm an uptrend, or you can just use your eyes here. So what's an uptrend for those who are asking? An uptrend is when the price we are making new higher highs and new higher lows. Let me show you what that is. For instance, in September 2018, we had this higher high. Then in 2020, we had a higher high, a new higher high. We had this higher low. Then we also had another higher low. So as you can follow here, see what we can do with this. As you can follow, this is a move to the high. So we made a higher high, right? Then also with this one here, we made a higher low, right? Same here, we made a higher high, then we retraced a higher low. So that's actually what's an uptrend for anyone who didn't know what's an uptrend. So let me remove these drawings. Let me remove these drawings here. So this is my chart. I also use moving averages. I use 3 of them. I use an EMA for 200 and then a moving average 50 and 20. So they also confirm the same thing that we're in now, in an uptrend. Mostly when the price is trading above the moving average, that means you're in an uptrend. And the 200 EMA is here. It's actually just shown on the weekly and not on the monthly because of the data. So we start with the monthly. We'll try to identify key levels where most likely the price is most likely to react, where you might call those key levels as either support or resistance. So I'll have this tool here where I'll draw here 16,600. It's a good key level. Or we also have 22,000 is a good key level. Or here, late tree around 26,800 is also a good key levels. And also $10,000 is a good key level. There are 2 of them here. Yep, somewhere around 14,000 is also a good key level. And for context, analyzing on the left side of the chart, it could be important in some times, but with these ones where we are making new highs, we're just crossing new boundaries, it's not that important, except on a retracement. So analyzing somewhere around 10,000, unless a market crash happens, where we get more than a 60% move to the downside, or even a 50% move to the downside, then 16,000 will be a good key levels. The odds of that happening is pretty low. It's very low. So we'll focus somewhere around from 2022 November, where we've been ripping to the upside. We've had more than 100%, 140% move to the upside. So go to the weekly. So we're trying to identify, what we're trying to do here is trying to identify potential key areas where the price might react again, where we might have a reaction of the price, and those are the areas where you're advised to get in. So you just don't get in at any time. You try to figure out places where there will be more buyers or there will be more sellers, whatever. So for me here, what I can see, it's around 22,800 we have a good support. Also around 26,800 we have a good resistance. That's what I can see. And also around 22,000 we got a good list. We got a good support. Also here around 24,000 we have a good support. So these areas are where, if I'm interested in buying or if I'm interested in selling, these are the most likely places where I'm supposed to enter. You could enter at any time actually, but that's not a good idea because you don't know. What I think, I'm not a scalper, I'm not that much of a day trader, so I kind of like places where you're most likely to have a reaction, and that's what we are finding, right? So that's on the weekly. So we have identified places where if prices try to come over here on this place, I'm most likely to put an order. And as you can see lately, what has happened, this is the last week's candle, and this is today's week's candle. We've seen a break to the upside over this level on 26,300. We've seen a break. So if it holds up, we are most likely to see a move to the upside. So probably targeting 30,000. We're most likely to see a move to the upside. So what do we do? So what we can actually do here is wait for a retest to happen. A retest to happen somewhere around 26,800. I've switched to the daily time frame. Wait for the retest to happen here and aim for 30,000 or whatever according to your strategy. But for me, what I'll be doing is, I actually have a position right now that's learning. Is the position, you can see. And so you could either wait for the move to go all the way to 30,000. On the daily, what I do is identify those key levels where actually I'm interested in taking a trade. So here we have 26,900 here. So I would actually take a buy here. I know it's wrong. Trying to use this ellipse. All right, let's use this. Here, all here, 22,850, all 22,000, all even 24,000. But what we can learn from here is starting 26, let's say starting September, what the NASDAQ has been doing, it's been ranging. It's actually been ranging. It hasn't been trending to 24,000. So it's been ranging from 24,000 to 26,200. Unless you're a trader that trades ranges, this is all crappy. It's all noise. As you can see, it's all noise. And the land wall, whatever. That's where the fundamentals come in. Fundamentals try to give you a picture of where are we going. For instance, here, the earnings report. What's the geopolitics status? So trying to look for places to buy, you have to wait. That's why they say trading, it's all about patience. You wait for the right time, the right place, then you take the trade. So here what I could be doing, it's either buy here, targeting 30,000 or whatever, with a stop according to your risk management rules. Or I could wait for the price to come over and trade the range. Or if it doesn't hold up, I could do the same. I could do the same around here. That's on the daily. So those are the places where I'm most likely to buy or to trade. Or I could even think about selling if I'm a counter trained. So where was the good place to sell? It was here, where if you sold, it could have been taken out. So that's a loss, and that's part of the game. So selling, but counter trading it's kind of risky. It could be profitable, but it's kind of risky. I mean, you're riding against the wind or against the trail, so it's kind of difficult. So that's my whole analysis. And going to the 4-hour will just give you a clear picture of what's going on, or even seeing some patterns happening. Like here, you could wait for a retest, then see how it reacts around this key level, then give you a decision to either take the trade or not take the trade. But for me, I mostly end on the daily, and that's it. And remember, you gotta hold to the target. That's where the edge is. So if you want more videos like this, like, comment, subscribe, and if you're interested in more videos, we could do breakdowns of other currencies, because I trade NASDAQ, DJ, Euro, GBP, and the Dow. So one of the trades that I took was the one I told you about, a break to the upside. So we had a breakout of 26,200 to the upside. That was the trade that I took. I'm aiming for 28,450. It will take a while. I don't know how long. It could be a month. It could go there, or it could go back to my stop loss. So we don't know that. We don't have to know. That's the whole point. And other trades are here. So if you're interested in this kind of content, I'll be uploading more. If you have an experience, you have a question, you have something to discuss, we could discuss it on the comment section. Otherwise, thank you, and see you the next time.